So today, this call is going to focus on consolidations and how to do that within the FlavorCloud app. Again, for standard orders, it requires a consolidation process.
Okay.
And what that means is we need to go, once you've already fulfilled your orders, which you have, perfect, you're going to have to create a consolidation label for these standard orders. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into the shipments dashboard, which is right under orders, because we want the shipments that have been fulfilled with labels generated.
Okay.
And we're going to pretend that you have, well, first, let's go ahead and sort by standard only. Some customers have multiple standard carriers, so it could be a little bit easier to do standard. And then you can also filter by carrier at the top. And see, there's multiple. So we only want the APC because we're doing APC, which is one of our consolidated carriers. So now what this is going to give us is all of the unconsolidated orders that are standard that need to be sent to APC, where we need to generate a first mile UPS ground or FedEx ground label, just depending on where it's going. Again, this is all covered within FlavorCloud. We cover this and send it and create the label for you. So the only thing that we ask you to do is once you've, again, picked and packed these individual orders, you're going to then determine if they can fit into one box or if they need to be in multiple boxes, but you're going to either put them into a larger poly mailer or a larger box. So let's do this first step really fast, as if we're putting all of these orders into one bag. You can go ahead and click the box at the top. Yep. So there's two ways to do it. You can either do it here by clicking the three dots next to more. There we go, create consolidation.
Okay.
And now what we're telling the system is we want to create a consolidated label for these orders that we've selected for APC. And now you see the message, a consolidation successfully was created. Perfect. So we went ahead and did that. So all these orders, we're telling the system that they're all going into either a larger box or poly mailer, and we want this label. So now you're going to go into consolidations. Perfect. And there is your label. You can either click on the checkbox right there. Yep. Perfect. And then there's your first mile label. If you click on that, that'll show you should see your first mile label. Perfect. And you're going to put this on the outside of the box and give that to UPS. If you want to print the manifest, you're more than welcome to. That's for your records, just to show what orders are inside that consolidation. And you can print that as well. And you can put that inside the box or just, again, for your. So let's go ahead and cancel this one, because the next step is I'm going to show you how to do multiple consolidation labels. We're going to go back into shipments.
Okay.
And now I'm going to show you a different way to do it. Now let's try using the Ready to Consolidate tab at the very top. So this is another option.
Okay.
So here it already goes and filters it for you, which is also another great step. So it pulls all APC in progress standard orders that are showing unconsolidated. So go up to the top. How many orders do we have total? It should be at the very top. 12. So let's say you can only fit 6 orders into one of your boxes. So you need 2 labels. So what you're going to do is you're going to select the first 6 orders you're placing into that box. So let's select the 6.
Okay.
Perfect. And then you're going to click Create Consolidation. So there's the label for the 6. Go back into Ready to Consolidate at the top. There we go. So we consolidated 6, and you still have 4 orders that need to go into another box. So you need 2 labels. So we're going to do the same process again. We're going to go into the Ready to Consolidate tab. You're going to click, that box above the orders. So that way it'll check all of them. And then you're going to do Create Consolidation. So again, we're telling the system the first box had 6 orders. The second consolidation box has 4 orders. So now if you go into the consolidation tab, perfect. Now you'll see you have 2 first mile labels. One's going to be for the 6 orders and the other one's going to be for the 4 orders. So now you have 2 labels for your 2 boxes. And if you click the button at the very top, you can print both labels at the same time.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yep, and then you would just click first mile label. Great. And most of the time, the best way to know is just by the pounds. Obviously, the bigger box is going to have more pounds, and that's just a great way to know the difference. Okay, perfect. So that is how you create a consolidation. So we've walked through how to create one individual consolidation label and we've walked through how to create multiple consolidation labels.
Okay, awesome. A couple of questions for you. So can I cancel this at any time then?
Yes, you can, as long as the order has not been physically scanned by the carrier. You can cancel it prior to that. Once the labels have been scanned by the carrier, you're unable to cancel because that label then moves from an in progress state to an in transit state. And that
Okay.
is when billing also takes place.
Got it. And remind me, is there an additional cost for this order consolidation?
No, there is not. This is included within the FlavorCloud service that we provide.
Okay, great. And then, so I need to put these boxes in another larger box, correct?
We told the system 6 of those orders were going into one and 4 of those orders were going into the other. So like again, once you have fulfilled those orders individually for your customers, you're going to put them in either a larger box or poly mailer, and then you're going to create this first mile label. And it's just pretty much picking up from your location, going to the consolidators hub, where they then open the box, scan those orders individually, and move them to the destination country, which is called the global mile. Once it's been cleared and it's reached destination, it'll be handed off to what we call the final mile carrier within that country.
Okay, great. That's super helpful context. What if I just have one shipment? I know today I had quite a few, but what if I just have one shipment and deconsolidate? Can I do that?
Yes, that's a great question. So yeah, we don't want you to have to hold any orders. Obviously, we would like multiple orders for consolidation. Again, but if you know that you're not gonna, it's Friday and you've just got this one and you want to get it out the door, that is totally fine. What we recommend is that you put the UPS label on the and you don't have to put it into a different box. You can use the same box, so you don't have to waste supplies. But what you're going to do is you're going to put that first mile label on the outside of the box and put the individual customer label within a clear pouch on the box.
Got it. Okay,
And so
cool.
that way APC, the carrier will know go ahead and pull that label off to use that one for the global mile.
Okay, that's clear. And then is there a maximum number of shipments that you can consolidate?
Currently, our system allows you to do 50 orders at a time.
Okay.
So yes, you can do. Our dashboard will allow you to do 50. So, but if you need to break up those 50 into multiple boxes, you would do the same process that we did earlier. You would just count the number of boxes that you're going to be using, the number of orders in each box, and then consolidate it that way.
Okay, great.
The max is 150 pounds.
Okay, so there is a weight limit. Okay. And then remind me, for express shipments, do these need to be consolidated?
No, this is only for for your standard orders. You can filter when you're creating in the shipment grid under, if you go into ready to consolidate, it will only pull in the standard orders. You just want to make sure that there are multiple carriers that some customers do utilize. So you want to make sure that you're creating individual labels just for those specific carriers. For express, you would just fulfill those fulfill those orders as you normally would, and hand those to the driver directly.
Okay, great. Can we add shipments to a consolidation that's already been created?
So systematically, no, you would have to go in and cancel that consolidation and add those new shipments in. If it's still in the in progress state, which means it hasn't been given to the carrier, you can just go in and cancel it by clicking that cancel select button and then adding in those additional orders. Again, yeah, if the order has already been moved to in transit, you're unable to cancel it. So you would just have to go in and create a new consolidation label for those remaining orders.
Okay, that's clear. And so can you remove shipments from a consolidation if they don't fit in the same box?
Yes, again, you can modify consolidation. You would have to cancel it, but you can modify it. You can cancel it and redo it. Again, as long as it hasn't been given to the carrier.
And so when you say cancel and redo it, I would need to make sure whatever shipments I'm selecting are all in the same box that are tied to that label and manifest. Like in this circumstance where I have two different shipments, I can't mix up the boxes.
So, I mean, it is in one way, yes, it could physically still work that way, but just if for us, if there's ever a lost item or an order is not received, where we like for the orders to be in the right consolidation. So if we need to file a claim with the carrier, we're able to do so. So it's best to make sure that the correct orders are within that consolidation reference number, within that consolidation box.
Okay, perfect. How
Mhm.
does a consolidation work if there are multiple carriers being used?
When you go into the Ready to Consolidate tab and you see all of your orders that are pending consolidation, what you're going to do is you're going to go into the carrier button at the very top, and you're going to filter by carrier.
Okay, so go here and then it will filter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you have multiple standard carriers, which you shouldn't, but if you do, it'll show the different carriers, and then you just group them that way. You'll group by the first one. Let's say it's APC, and then if they're again, maybe you have UPS to my orders, you'll group those because they are going to different hubs, so you do have to create separate first mile labels.
Okay, thank you so much for your help today.